to COP26 and welcome to the new position. We have a substantive question from Mark Menzies.
Go.
Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I will answer questions 1, 2, 3 and 4 together. We are determined to build back better and greener as we recover from COVID-19. The Prime Minister's 10-point plan for a green industrial revolution sets out the government's blueprint to grow sunrise sectors, support 250,000 green jobs and level up across the country.
We now go up to the North West with Mark Menzies. Mark.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The North West, as you're very well aware, is the heart of the UK nuclear industry, including Westinghouse Nuclear Fuels in my constituency. With the world increasingly focused on utilising low-carbon energy sources, what steps is my right honourable friend, the President of COP, taking ahead of COP26 to promote UK-based nuclear energy production, satisfying our future energy needs and supporting countless high-skilled jobs across the North West?
President Sean.
Mr. Speaker, my honourable friend is absolutely right. Nuclear power clearly has a part to play in our clean energy mix, and he will know in the Prime Minister's 10-point plan we've committed to backing large-scale nuclear AMRs and SMRs, and of course the sites like the ones in his constituency are vital in terms of creating jobs and investment in the North West.
We're going to go to Flick Drummond. Flick Drummond.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And can I welcome my right honourable friend to his new appointment too? Does my right honourable friend agree with me that the Prime Minister's 10-point plan not only helps places like Meon Valley build back better and greener from COVID, but will also level up all regions across the country too?
President Sean.
Mr. Speaker, my honourable friend is absolutely right. The 10-point plan will be a catalyst to unleash innovation and jobs across the country. We're going to have a green industrial revolution which is going to be powered by wind turbines in Scotland and the North East, propelled by electric vehicles made in the Midlands, and of course supported by carbon capture clusters across our industrial heartlands.
Let's head north to Imran Hussain. Imran.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Public transport is one of the cleanest modes of transport we have by helping to get thousands of carbon-emitting vehicles off our roads. But our public transport infrastructure, particularly rail, is woefully outdated in the north of England and simply not fit for purpose. Will he therefore back my calls for the Northern Powerhouse Rail Scheme to be built in full, including a Bradford City Centre station, to prove that we are taking this climate emergency seriously by getting more people onto public transport and more cars off our roads in the north and providing good, green, sustainable jobs?
Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I certainly agree that we should be encouraging people to take public transport where that's possible. I come in from Reading to Paddington every day by train myself. He's raised a policy issue relating to the Department of Transport, and I'll make sure that I make representations on his behalf to the Secretary of State.
Shadow Minister Matthew Pan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Next week, the government will co-host a summit of the Powering Past Coal Alliance to boost international cooperation on the phasing out of coal. Yet at the same time, ministers are refusing to intervene here at home to prevent the opening of a new deep coal mine in Cumbria. The President knows full well that the proposed mine is not purely a local matter, that it will not help secure the future of UK steel, and that it will not provide the long-term secure jobs that Cumbrians need, but it will increase emissions, undermine progress to our net zero target, and damage our credibility as COP26 host. My question to him, therefore, is a simple one, Mr. Speaker. In this critical year, why on earth are he and his cabinet colleagues content to see this mine approved?
President Sean.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I note the point he makes about the Powering Past Coal Alliance. I'm very proud that the UK is part of leading that. And of course, we've made significant progress in reducing coal as part of our energy mix over the last decade. It's come down from 40% to just under 2%. Now, I set out my detailed views on this issue at the Base Select Committee hearing, as he will know. What I would say to him is that this is now a local matter. It is a local issue. The councillors on Cumbria County Council are considering this application, and like him, I await to see the outcome of that.
We have a substantive question to President Sharma. We have a substantive question to you.
All right. Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I will answer questions 6 and 7 together. Businesses have a vital role to play in tackling climate change through the COP26 Business Leaders Group and indeed in other engagements in the UK and internationally. I've spoken directly with many hundreds of global businesses, and of course we are calling on businesses, investors and other non-state actors to sign up to the Race to Zero campaign and commit to achieving net zero emissions by 2050.
Let's head up to the West Midlands with Nicola Richards. Nicola.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We're hugely proud of our diverse communities in West Bromwich East, and many of my constituents place a great importance on the role of our allies across the world, especially in India, in working with the UK to tackle these global issues. Can my right honourable friend update the House on the success of his recent international engagement?
President Sharma.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I can tell my honourable friend and indeed the House that over the past few weeks I've had productive discussions with government ministers on visits to Ethiopia, Gabon, Egypt, Nigeria, Nepal and India. And of course, she mentions India. I also met with Prime Minister Modi in Delhi. I've also spoken to a range of other governments, including UN Special Envoy John Kerry and China's Special Envoy for Climate Change, Minister Shi Zhenhua. And I've stressed the importance of the 3 key pillars of the Paris Agreement: mitigation, adaptation and finance.
Let's go to Virginia Crosby. Virginia.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On the 1st of July, I'm delighted that the Minister for Science, Research and Technology will be coming to Anglesey to open an innovation jobs fair I'm organising along with the Menai Science Park. This event will bring together innovative green businesses like Morelice and Beacon Biocomposites to showcase their work. This event offers a perfect opportunity to put a spotlight on COP26 for the communities and businesses here in my Unismore constituency. Will the COP President ensure that there will be resources available to help me do this? Thank you.
President Sharma.
Mr. Speaker, I pay tribute to my honourable friend's excellent work in supporting green jobs in her constituency. And of course, as hosts of the G7 and COP26, we want to showcase innovative British green businesses, such as those being housed by the Menai Science Park in her constituency. And I'm absolutely delighted that the Science Minister is opening her Innovation Jobs Fair, and I know that they will both work very closely together to ensure that it is a success.
Let's head up to Edinburgh with Deirdre Brock. Deirdre.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In those discussions with interested parties, did they ask why the UK's objectives are so vague and so unambitious? Did they point out that the UK government has missed a slew of targets on the climate change emergency and there appears to be little to no effort being made to catch up? How can the UK government pretend to any world leadership on this issue when it shows such a marked reluctance to act at all?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I would just suggest respectfully to the Honourable Lady that she look at the record of this government. In terms of cutting emissions, we were the first major economy in the world to legislate for net zero. And of course, she, I hope, will also have been pleased by not just a 10-point plan, but also the very ambitious nationally determined contribution that the Prime Minister set out last year.
Substantive question to Minister Trevelyan.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Excuse me. The UK is leading from the front and has made significant commitments under all 3 pillars of the Paris Agreement, which, as the